See, told you I'd be right back. Ooh, excuse me. All right, so we're going to try again. Go up against the Nationals once again. And if we do this right, we could have Aaron Judge by the time or not Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger once this is done. And then I could get Lightning Jacob Mizorowski. Strike three, sit down. Think I only need three? Yeah, I only need three strikeouts. Oh, man. I'm not going to be able to get him. Just a well-placed bunt.
Nope, that's inside.
Nope.
That's out.
Strike three, sit down. One more strikeout, and that mission is done. But we also need hits with our outfielders. Strike three, sit down. So AJ Ewing, Aaron Judge, um, who's my left fielder? Moniak. Mickey Moniak. And need hits with him.
No, he's in there.
So, ooh, no. Yeah, get back. I thought maybe that would sneak over CJ Abrams' head, but caught it.
Ball, that's upstairs.
There we go. Thank you, Judge. Otani doesn't count as a outfielder, I don't think. No, he shouldn't. That's too bad.
Ball one.
Yeah, he's a DH. He won't count. Would have been nice, but then I should have changed the DH so that an outfielder was there. All right, so not as productive as of a first inning as I would have liked, but at least we took the lead. and Judge and Ewing each got 1 hit, so 4 more to go for them. With Moniak still up to bat. Strike 3, sit down. Oh, so Detmers did get the strikeouts. Oh. Okay. Oh, great job, Detmers. You can keep going.
Off the plate.
Why not? Oh. Well, Judge isn't exactly a gold glover. Great effort there, but unfortunately it was not caught. Strike 3, sit down. Strike 3, sit down. Ah, did you see that? Detmer's just pointed at the plate, but both times he was like that. At the like what? Over a strikeout too. That's gone. McAdoo did do that a couple times in the last game, so it's just I don't really need the hits from him anymore as much as I need them from the outfielders. And thankfully, Mickey Moniak did that. So both Ewing, Judge, and Moniak need 4 more hits.
Ball.
And AJ Ewing brings it down to 3. At least for him. 3 hits for him. Okay, this is ridiculous. Someone posted in one of the NASCAR groups that I'm in this question. Would Dale Earnhardt have won an 8th championship if he never passed away? Attaboy, Aaron Judge. 3 hits for him. And the answer should be obvious. No. Because when he won after he won his 7th championship, Gordon outdueled him. And not only that, Bobby Labonte and Dale Jarrett won championships as well. Terry Labonte did it. So it's like Dale Earnhardt could have won an 8th championship at any point, but he didn't. So, no, it doesn't matter that he died. He wasn't going to win an 8th championship. It was done. And at that point, you could see, okay, in his final race, the 2001 Daytona 500, he was thinking about his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and his other driver, Michael Waltrip. He was more focused on them than he was himself. I'm not saying he didn't have a championship mentality that year, but He could have won a eighth championship at any point, and he didn't. Between the last time he won his or the time he won his seventh championship, which is 1994, and his death, which was 2001. Strike three, sit out. Like, this is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous question. He didn't win a championship after his seventh, and that was that. It didn't matter that he died. He wasn't going to win an eighth championship. He would have retired with 7. Like, so people, I think these guys who are old school Earnhardt fans just want to, they just so badly want validation that Earnhardt would have won, would have been better than Petty. And it's like, how about you enjoy what he was able to accomplish instead of speculating what he could have accomplished if he had won, or if he had survived his crash. Oh, was that Moniak? Shoot. Well, then Moniak still remains at 4. So I need to score a lot of runs, get a lot of at-bats. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to get those. It would be very difficult to get that final hit that I may need. So I'm sorry to go off on that tangent like that. It's just, it's really ridiculous to me. Could he have won a few more races? I would give him that Dale Earnhardt would have, if he had survived his crash, he would have won a few more races. Like, I would have put him in the 80 win category if he had won, if he had survived. So I'll give him that. But I wouldn't give him an 8th championship. I think at that point, Dale Earnhardt was more concerned about his team that he owned, his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's what he was more concerned about. I don't think he would have won an 8th championship. And didn't matter that, and it doesn't matter if he had done it or if he had survived or not. He wasn't winning an 8th championship. You know, if you want a more argumentative thing, if you want something that's more argumentative and you can actually argue both sides, strike three, sit down. You know, it's this old theory of if there had been no chase at all, would Jeff Gordon have won 7 championships? And you can make that argument that, yeah, he would have won because he led the point standings in 04, in 07, and in 2014. So he would have had he could have had 4 championships or 7 championships under the old format. Yeah. But you could also argue that, you know, that was based on new point formatting instead of the old point formatting, and strike three, sit down. And maybe Gordon wouldn't have earned as many points if that were the case. So, you know, that's more of an argument that people can take aside and have a valid point as to, you know, to their argument. Unfortunately, Reed Detmers is just going to have to. He's only going to go 6 innings, and then that's it. Aaron Judge, his 3rd hit, so now he's on. He's down to 2. Of course, I could always get more with him if I need him to, or I could get more with Ewing. It doesn't have to be 5. It's just it would be helpful if they each had 5. Nick Kurtz with the home run. Let's go. Ooh, right in the tree. Or would Jimmy Johnson have won 7 championships if not for the playoff format? But then we wouldn't have seen another 7-time champion in our lifetime. We'd still be saying that Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty are the only 7-time champions. And for me personally, as a NASCAR fan, the fact that I got to see a 7-time champion in my lifetime, I'll always appreciate that. I get that these old school NASCAR fans just don't like that. But here's the thing. Johnson is the same, earned it. Johnson earned his championships in the same format, okay, throughout his career. Is that not what Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt did? They earned it under similar formats, under point standings. Johnson won it under the playoff standings. Albeit 2016 was a different version, but still, it was playoffs. So at least Johnson is consistent in terms of how he won his championships, much like Petty and Earnhardt were consistent in how they won their championships. And I think people forget that because, again, it's the whole playoff argument. At the end of the day, Jimmy Johnson is a 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, much like Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt are. Strike 3, sit down. Get all the strikeouts you can, Detmers, because you're coming out after this game. Or not after this inning, but the next inning, so get whatever strikeouts you can now. Strike 3, sit down.
Yep, that ball went out. Hey!
I'm trying to think of some what-if scenarios in baseball where you can make the argument for both sides and have valid points. Or for either side and make valid points. Strike 3, sit out. At least Moniak got a hit. That's the important thing. Oh, Ewing. Oh, right. Because Ewing had a sac fly. So his at-bat, other than being an RBI, it's pretty much non-existent. But at least he got the hit there. So now we're going to swipe a bag with him. I think that's gone. It is gone. Ellie De La Cruz with yet another home run. Judge, I think, is up to 3 hits? 4 hits? 3 hits. Okay. So if he could get one more, then we'll just need one more hit from him. There we go. Attaboy, Judge. One more, one more, one more, one more.
Ball. That's inside.
I mean, obviously, the biggest what if scenario in baseball is what if the what if the Red Sox never traded Babe Ruth to the Yankees? You know, would the Red Sox have gone on the run that the Yankees went on? Would they have not waited 86 years for a championship had they kept Ruth? I mean, it's a tough one. It really is. I mean, I could see the argument that Ruth was entering his prime, and if he were still at Fenway Park, you know, he would have been a great bat for the Red Sox. They would have won more championships. They could have dominated the 20s like the Yankees did. But at the same time, there's no guarantee of that. Plus, I think the Red Sox would have kept him as a pitcher, so he wouldn't have gotten as many at bats because he would have had to pitch. And I'm not sure if at that time the designated hitter was in effect in the American League. Let's see. Actually, hold on. I'm going to look this up. When did the American League adopt the DH? 1973. So, okay, so he would have gotten some, he would have definitely gotten as many at-bats. Okay, so that argument is invalid. There we go. 3 hits by Moniak. So 4 for Judge, 3 for Ewing, and 3 for Moniak. So we're at 10 now. Which means we need 5 more. I'm a believer in that sometimes a player can be great, but maybe not good with their team. And the best example I can come up with on that, look at Justin Turner. Started his career was a rookie with the Mets and didn't do so hot, so they traded him to Los Angeles. And he ends up becoming one of the top third basemen for the Dodgers. I mean, I just believe that sometimes a change of scenery can really bring out the best in them. And maybe that's what happened with Babe Ruth. That going from Boston to New York really changed him and made him into the prolific batter that he would become. You know, could he have done that in Boston? Yeah. But there's no guarantee that would have happened. We just know that it did happen with the Yankees. Strike 3, sit out. So, I guess the way I look at it is that these what if scenarios, it's not it's not about like trying to rewrite history. It's about, would things have worked out? And sometimes I think for the most part, even if that when players stay, they can't really make as much of an impact as they would have had they gone somewhere else, like they did in real life. Probably another good example, David Ortiz. Would he have become the prolific power hitter that he became with the Red Sox if he had stayed with the Twins?
Ball that's outside.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know if he would have became as big as he was in Boston.
That's ball three.
So I think for the most part, rather than trying to rewrite history through these what if scenarios, we should just appreciate the history that we did see. Ortiz becoming this prolific power hitter with the Red Sox, Justin Turner becoming an amazing third baseman in the 2010s with the Dodgers. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that with the Mets, but in all honesty, I don't think he would have even gotten there. He would have just been another second baseman for um, for the Mets, and I don't think he would have been as good. Babe Ruth going to the Yankees. It started a dynasty in baseball. And not just in baseball, but in all of sports. Attaboy Otani. What about if Otani had stayed with the Angels instead of going to the Dodgers? I mean, that I think that could have taken away a few MVP awards from Aaron Judge. Maybe Lindor would have picked up one, the first for him and the first for Mets. Oh no! Oh crap. Alright, well, I might as well try and get these last 5 outs with Duran. Darn it. I can't believe I did that. I was so busy talking about these what if scenarios that I completely forgot to take out Detmers. Strike three, sit down.
Did he go?
Strike three, sit down. But at the end of the day, I don't think Otani would have even won a World Series with the Angels. Not even sure if he would have been, if they would have made the playoffs. I mean, they didn't make it to the playoffs while he was there. So what leads me to believe that he would have made the playoffs had he stayed with them. All right. Once I get through this half inning, I'll take a look at the hit counts and see if Ewing, Judge, and Moniak are, close or not. Because at bottom of the eighth is going to be the final inning that I have to be able to get it, get the hits. So, and this may be my last opportunity right here with Ewing. He's 3 for 4, so
That's a ball.
I would still need one more hit with him. Oh, please let that be gone. It is gone. All right, so 4 hits for Ewing. Judge is going to get one more opportunity, even if he already has 5 hits, which he does. That could be one that maybe Moniak or Ewing haven't gotten. We know Moniak could get one more at bat. I know that. And Judge is not going to get that hit. All right. Let's see where we stand. So I know Judge has 5, Ewing has 4, so that's 9. What does Moniak have? He has 4 as well. So
Ball one.
could have really used that hit by Judge. Would I have enough time to be able to do like a conquest game? A conquest game could possibly get me to Bellinger, strike 3, sit down.
Hey.
And then with Bellinger, get Jacob Mizorowski, I think it is. God,
Ball one. Ball, that's it.
that double play certainly helps.
Ball inside. Ball in.
Also, it would be very helpful if Alvarez would just throw a pitch over the plate.
That's a ball. Hey.
There we go. So Otani just pretty much guaranteed one more at bat with Moniak. Attaboy McAdoo. All right, so can Moniak get one more hit? Possibly set us up
Ball one.
to get one more at bat with A.J. Ewing.
Aye. Nope. Inside. Ball two.
Yes, he will. Attaboy Moniak. 5 hits for Moniak. But now I have to get that last hit with Ewing. Otherwise, it won't matter. All right, so there's Colt Emerson. So here's A.J. Ewing. Can he get one more base hit? One more.
Yeah.
No, he cannot. But the good news is that as long as Ellie avoids a double play here, we could get one more at bat with Aaron Judge. And we are going to get one more at bat with Aaron Judge. I'm on pins and needles right now. Just trying to get this one last hit. And Judge does it. All right, so Judge has guaranteed that we will get Cody Bellinger when this is all over. You know what I noticed? I don't think there was a June Spotlight program that was released. I wonder when that's coming out. Is that supposed to come out next week? I guess so, because I didn't see any June Spotlight program for this week. That's kind of weird. Sorry, McAdoo, but I need to get this going. So, Duran, get 3 outs. Let's move on. Get Bellinger. We can add him to center field. Sorry, A.J. Ewing. Or actually, we can add him to DH. I don't care about Otani. Strike 3, sit down.
Three.
Strike 3, sit down. Strike three, sit down. Wow, Otani with 5 home runs. Holy cow. It's going to be hard to replace that. All right, so we got Aranda. We got Ashcraft. Where's Bellinger? What? Did I miss something? I, I was supposed to have Bellinger. Oops, not that. No, I fell short. How did I fall short? What? You're telling me by 1 inning pitched I fell short. Why? Because I took Reed Detmers out after the first out, and that didn't count as a full inning. Son of a... Well, my stupidity allowed that to happen. That is 100% my fault. Well, there's only one thing I can think to do. Make sure we get that done. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I was that stupid. All right, we'll take on the Yankees, get an inning pitched. God, I feel so dumb. But that's why I gave myself plenty of time. All right, well, I guess if I needed the outfield or the hit with outfielders, I could have gotten it here. Ugh, I can't believe I was that stupid. I'm kicking myself over it.
Nope. That's inside. Pull. That's inside.
Attaboy, Ellie. Oh, here, yeah, I saw this was quite a big stir up in the NBA Finals, the Spurs fan that was heckling Jalen Brunson. Look, I get it. You're a sports fan, and sometimes the heat of the moment of the passion gets to you. But you have to understand something. You dropped an amazing amount of money to sit courtside during the NBA Finals. Okay? Don't know what kind of second mortgage you took out on your house to be able to afford that. But with that said, that's a special privilege that not a lot of people in this lifetime can afford. And you decide that you're going to heckle Jalen Brunson. I mean, you're just asking for trouble. Strike 3, sit down.
Off the plate, ball one.
I'm sorry. That's exactly what you're doing. I do not feel bad at all that you got banned. In fact, I would question why you even did it. Why couldn't you just sit there and enjoy the game? Did you have too much to drink? Well, maybe next time you go to a sporting event, don't drink. Strike 3, sit down. I don't know what the reason is for that fan heckling Jalen Brunson, but, like, come on. Common sense here, people. No need to be heckling a player during a key game, a key championship game. No reason. I don't understand it. I may not like the Knicks, but if I had that kind of privilege, I'm just going to sit there, be quiet, and enjoy the game. I'm not going to try and get under Brunson's skin or the Knicks' skin or any player's skin. I may not like the Knicks, but that doesn't mean I'm going to heckle them. I don't understand why some people think it's a good idea to heckle. Why? Why can't you just sit there or stand there or whatever and enjoy the game? Talk to the people around you. You got fans like you around you. Talk to them. Seriously, why do you have to heckle? You know, is it the beer? If it's the beer, then lay off the beer. It's not exactly a hard thing to do. The beer was probably overpriced anyway. But don't go there and start heckling. Strike 3, sit down. Like, now you just got yourself banned from the NBA Finals. You also got yourself banned from potentially any future games with the San Antonio Spurs, including another potential NBA Finals. Strike 3, sit down. Why? What was it worth it? I certainly hope that the answer is no. Okay? I don't care if you hate Jalen Brunson with all of your guts. You should not be heckling him. Shouldn't be heckling any player. Strike 3, sit down. It's ridiculous. Like, come on. Common sense here, people. Common sense. I'm just looking to get out at this point so that I can speed this game along. Because I got to start getting ready for work. So I'm going to swing at every pitch that comes my way. I'm going to, try to get another base, even if I can't, or in normal situations, I wouldn't even do that. I'm not going to strike out because I don't want to strike out, but I'm not looking to prolong this game. All right, so we're going to throw in Okert. Now, whatever the Yankees do, I can't control. Strike 3, sit out. But I can control what Okert does. Nice, Ellie. Strike 3, sit down. All right, there we go. Ended it with 2 minutes left to go. Woohoo! And no doubt I earned Cody Bellinger at this point. I had to. And there he is, Cody Bellinger. Ooh, and look at how close I am to Mike Piazza. Dang, that did not take long at all. So let me go over here, go to Spotlight, lock in Cody Bellinger, and there's Jacob Mizorowski. I'll learn how to pronounce his name. We got a ton of packs here, but I'll save this for another day because after all, you know, the program does say I need 500 parallel XP with Cody Bellinger in order to get that May Spotlight card. So that's what I'll do on Monday, as well as grind the Paul O'Neill program, you know, and then if time permitting, I'll go back to the Vintage Series mini seasons that I was grinding. So that's going to do it for me, guys. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Even if it was only for a moment, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on X at TTVNextJGChen24. It's my gamer tag that's over on the left side of your screen there. So go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start a stream. It's great that we got this done, the Spotlight series. Well, not completely. We still need to get Parallel XP with Cody Bellinger. We will, or I will, like I said, do the Paul O'Neill program. I'll wrap up the May Spotlight series program. And if time is permitting, then I'll go back to the vintage mini seasons and try to get more of the goals there done. So I hope to see you all on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night and have a great weekend. See ya.